Hola amigos de CineNT, estamos con Ron Husband en el Creativa Fest. Así que, welcome to Mexico, Ron Husband.
Thank you.
With your career in animation, how have you been seeing the progress from when you start to now in technological terms?
Wow, it's been a lot of changes. When I came in, they were doing basically hand-drawn animation. They went to Xerox process. They went to colored Xerox lines. They've gone to digitizing, not even having cells anymore, and just doing it right into the computer. So there's been a tremendous amount of changes since I've been in.
Comes with making a movie in animation. What is for you the best or the most difficult part to make a movie in this term?
The difficulty probably is in trying to translate the story into the actual animation. When they do a story, they have it all written out, and there's parts that's supposed to be comical or dramatic, and just trying to pull those story points off with your character. Try to put your character through an acting performance so that it becomes believable that he is sad or he is happy or whatever the emotion is trying to get that across. So that's been that's a big challenge. Yeah.
Animation also is always seen to be like kids' movies, right? But it's not necessarily just that. So for you, what are the advantages, all the things that animation can give us more than just movies for kids?
Well, yeah, it's animation has been used to be a teaching tool, educational tool, even propaganda. It can be spread with animation. So it's basically a storytelling medium in which you can take and get your story points across to your audience. And obviously, it's been looked at as a children's medium, animation, but it's animated on an adult level because we realize that adults are going to be the ones that are going to be taking their children to the movies, and so you don't want to bore half your audience. You want to make it believable, and so Disney has always made pictures on a level where they were entertaining for adults, but they're also entertaining for children because we're telling universal stories that have universal applications. You have love, you have hate, you have comedy, you have sadness. I mean, you have a whole range of emotions, and that's what life is about. Life is about emotions, and so we want to tap into the audience so they'll go along with the story and get lost in the story, that it's not just a drawn picture, isn't just drawn lines, but it's a story that we're telling. Simba becomes a little boy who's lost his dad in a wildebeest stampede. He's just not a drawn lion cub. He's a little boy whose dad has been taken away from him. And so the audience resonates with that because they can feel that acting performance that the animator put forth within that scene.
With this event that gathers a lot of designers, the double voices that translated to Spanish from English, for you and seeing all these young people, what does this mean to you, being in this event and having the opportunity to talk to future designers?
It's an opportunity for me to share with the younger generation, just to get out there and take the God-given talents that they've been blessed with, to be able to hone those talents and to develop those talents, to be able to be better storytellers, to draw more, encourage and inspire young artists to draw more, because most artists realize the fact they need to draw more, but they don't. And so what I like to do is encourage young people to just get out there and just draw more, because the more you draw, you be a better artist. It's like the old saying, I'm too busy sawing to sharpen the saw, because if you sharpen the saw, you can make less cuts and you get a better, smoother cut. But you have to take time to sharpen the saw to be able to utilize the saw properly. And the same way, when you translate that to an artist, you have to stop and just draw so that you'll have that talent to be able to do it more efficiently. I was told earlier on as a young animator that the only limitations that an animator has is his ability to draw and his imagination and his ability to draw what he imagines. And so you don't want to let your drawing talent hinder your storytelling ability.
And for animation, it's not an easy career to go for. Even it's very popular right now with all the technological advances we have. But for you, as making a movie, as trying to get it out there to the theaters, what are the difficulties from all the process that you've experienced all these years, from making a movie to the release of it? What is the most difficult part in all of that?
Oh wow! I guess the most difficult part is probably from the director's standpoint, because he's trying to harness all the artists and all the storytelling ability to be able to get his story from point A to point B from the beginning to the end, and be consistent with it, and have characters that are consistent throughout the picture, and so I think that from the director's standpoint, trying to pull all that together and harness all those talents, and to be able to see it to the end, and his vision on the big screen, I think that's probably the most challenging thing that I've experienced, seeing directors go through that.
Well, thank you very much, my husband, and welcome to Mexico and to Creativa Fest.
I appreciate that. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here and the invitation to come down, and thank you for the interview. Thank you.